Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we have with us,
Yes, Marys.
hey, today's topic is, oh shit, work. Okay, so today's topic is the Starbucks Barista Cup. This is gonna be the jumping off point, right?
Barista.
Yeah. So right now, this is the latest. So in the past, we talked about this on another video. There was the Labubu craze, which is like this little charm doll thing that you can put on your bag. And a few years ago, there was this other cup called like the Stanley Cup, and that was a big trend. People were lining up in the middle of the night for these cups, and they were coming out in limited edition colors all the time. There were fights in the lines and so on.
You know what Labubu should do?
Yeah.
Make a cup.
That's honestly probably a good idea if they did that.
One of those blind box cups.
So here is the Barista Cup.
Oh. This is popular?
Yeah, yeah.
Looks very retro.
I'm always curious, like, what is it now and why that? Because it's always something that I don't really find very appealing,
hmm
you know?
Let's just assume we all live in the 80s,
Yeah.
Right? Like, I feel like the Labubus
Mm.
is what we would think like, yeah, that's what everyone's going to look like in the 2020s.
What?
Like a Labubu. And this here, the
Yeah.
Starbucks cup, right? It's like harkening back to a good old time instead.
Oh, okay.
When a
More of a classic look.
more of a classic look, more of a white nationalist look.
What?
I mean, it looks like a what is it, Hanna Barbera card?
Yeah, yeah. It's like a very standard teddy bear. It's wearing a hat though, so that's kind of
No, I think this is like this is Trump's America.
okay.
Okay.
So Labubu is for Democrats and
Yes,
Barista is for
this is basically it.
Republicans.
Yes.
So one thing I've noticed with these trends is there's always like a moralizing afterwards. Like people are always talking about like what sad lives people lead and
Okay.
critiquing the cues and the fights and stuff. And I just find it not very an interesting take. It's kind of like people's gut reaction, right? Like
Yeah.
they see, I think we can all see that people fighting over a plastic cup or, a keychain, something's going wrong,
Of course,
right?
of course. I feel like with all of these things though, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm always trying to think about is like how many out of the 8 billion people on earth are doing this, because even if I see three of
Mm.
them, are these only the three that are doing it? And then it's
Yeah.
like I'm sure there's three people doing real fucking weird stuff everywhere,
Yeah.
and then the other thing with this kind of stuff, it's usually not even like normal people, you know it's probably like scalpers or like people
Oh
trying
yeah,
to
yeah,
sell it
exactly.
or
A lot
whatever,
of a
and then
lot of it
like
is resellers,
and then like
obviously.
I feel they should just have a street fight to decide which one wins it anyways.
Yeah.
It's not like, because I feel like the image that we all have, yeah,
Mm.
is like, I forget what it was called, but there was this Arnold Schwarzenegger movie,
Yeah.
yeah, where he's trying to get like the last superhero doll on Christmas for his
Yeah.
son. He's like a very divorced dad kind of thing or whatever, and he's trying to do it and get it, and that's kind of like the image that we're evoking. It's like these are these normal people, and they're trying to fight over the last
Yeah.
Starbucks Bear Cup, and it's like probably not, you know?
Yeah. Well, I think that what makes it different, like a lot of people compare these trends to Beanie Babies or Tickle Me Elmo or something like that.
Yeah,
But the key difference is that those trends in the past were primarily for children, and the new trends are not,
yeah.
right?
Well, they are for the children that the past trends were for.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Like a lot of people haven't grown up, and they're like, I feel like I should have like a toy still.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. And like now they can afford it, and their mom can say no.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
So I think there's like various things going on,
Yeah.
right? I think one is just that people can't afford bigger purchases anymore, which it always happens, when
Yeah.
there's a recession. Famously, there's this lipstick index. I think that's what they call it, right? The lipstick effect or something.
I've not heard of this.
Well, oh, you don't know this.
Maybe refresh my
What?
memory.
Okay. because I've heard this a million times. When there's like economic downturn,
Mm.
sales of lipsticks go up
Ah,
because people are
they're
looking for a
affordable.
small, like, luxury thing to try and feel better.
Yeah. No, it
So,
makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah.
yeah. So I think it's kind of like that when,
It's the opposite of a Veblen good. No, not exactly, but sort of
no.
like this.
I also think this is interesting because Japan has kind of been famous for this consumer culture, right? Of limited edition items. Japan's always coming with new products,
Yeah.
novelties, things to get people in the store. And now we're seeing this become more mainstream in other countries, and also the speed at which new things are coming out is getting faster.
Yeah, I feel like in Japan, usually though, it's like it's limited, but it's enough for everyone during the limited
Oh,
time.
not anymore. Now it's getting
Mm.
bad.
With probably items, it's different then.
Yeah.
But it's just like thinking, with like Starbucks stuff, they have
Yeah.
like they're like, okay, we have 4 a week, we have a special drink. But then they do have it for that week
Yeah.
and anyone
Yeah.
can buy it really. But
It's kind of changing now. Like for instance, the new Hello Kitty products and stuff.
mm,
It's just they hype up some kind of collection,
mm,
and then it's sheer pandemonium when it comes out with people trying to get it. It sells out really fast, then it's being resold really expensive, and I just think it's really unpleasant for everyone right now.
yeah.
Like I see people complaining about it all the time, how stressful it is, about how they can't really control the reseller problem. It
Why
kind
do people want it then though still? Like that's what I'm like how unpleasant can you make the experience for people to be like, actually I don't need to support Winnie the Pooh that much.
of
You know what I
no,
mean?
yeah, I think that's the question, right? Because at some
Mm,
point they're making it so unpleasant and weird to buy these limited edition products that people aren't going to want to buy them anymore.
exactly.
Which is kind of how I feel. Like I just don't want to. There's not many items that are worth this misery anymore. Like even
Because
Kawaii Stars, which is this cute little shop that I like, which has like handmade items. And one time I went there for a limited edition sale, and do you remember this? The woman in front of me, a woman pushed in front of me. She wanted to buy the same thing as me. And somebody working in the store was like, hey, she was there first. And I then was put ahead in the line because I had arrived at the store first, right? And I picked up the item and the woman went, hidoi. Like,
yeah,
awful,
yeah.
And like, it was just so unpleasant. I was like, that literally put me off. I feel like I'm losing my faith in humanity when I see this stuff.
Yeah, I mean the problem with that was also is like handmade stuff,
Yeah.
so that it is limited, and then if that gets too big, like what can you really
Yeah.
do? It's very difficult.
So there's always this moralizing, right? About like, look at all these people buying stuff, it's over consumerism and so on.
Hmm.
And this is unsustainable, which it is. Obviously, it's unsustainable. It's bad for the planet that people are buying so much stuff and then
Yeah.
it's becoming a trend.
It's kind of difficult though, when like the AI companies are just burning like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
whole rainforest for nothing.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you're
It's
like,
like I have to use
yeah, I
my
can
paper straw
I can
while
fucking have a labubu. Are you kidding me? Like,
meanwhile these like wealthy people are just using a plane to,
yeah, yeah.
avoid traffic.
Yeah, exactly. Like they fly from one side of the city to the other, and it's
Yeah.
like, yeah,
So, but what I find interesting, right? So now there's recent data that shows that 10% of consumers in the US are accounting for more than 50% of consumption, right?
yeah,
And 70% of the GDP generally in the US is consumer spending. Right now, it's probably, I don't, it might be different because of the AI stuff, right?
yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. But, anyways, I just think what would happen, right? If these consumers just woke up tomorrow and they were like filled with like this Buddhist Zen vibes, and they're like, actually buying too much stuff, it's not filling me up, it's not making my life better, I'm going minimalist, right? It would destroy global
Yeah,
capitalism. Right? It
yeah,
would be a complete disaster. And I think that when people talk about minimalism and sustainability, and you can't talk about it without talking about the global
yeah.
economy, right? Because let's say a lot of people do go minimalist. What's going to happen, right? there's going to be a major recession because suddenly there's going to be massive layoffs because there's going to be less demand, less people buying the product. So suddenly it's going to have rippling effect, and those people aren't going to have less money, right? And then prices are going to start going down. So people are going to be, and people have less money, right?
Yeah.
So they're going to be spending less. So then jobs are going to contract further, and it's just going to be a deflationary spiral.
Yeah.
And then it's going to cause a worldwide recession, right?
Yeah, definitely. If the consumption would drop that much, it's very difficult, right? I mean, that was
Yeah.
kind of like the agreement that the US and China had for a while, right? Like China would produce everything and like,
Yeah.
develop its economy, and the US would consume it all.
I think this problem is so much harder to get out of than we think, and that obviously buying too much and throwing things away, it is bad.
Hmm.
But our economy is now reliant on this.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think the system is just like, yeah, it's weirdly based incentives, right? Like where you like feel like this is the kind of thing where you can look at it,
Mm.
right, and you're like, clearly something is wrong.
Yeah.
Like this is not what should be valued. Like you look, like what economists are telling you is like, oh, everything is perfectly valued because it has a
Yeah.
price, and that's what it is like.
Yeah.
So the value is shown in these prices, which is already insane, right? But you kind of just look at this and you're like, are you fucking kidding me? Why would buying fewer Labubus ruin the fucking world? How does this make sense?
Yeah.
Why can I not buy bread anymore just because someone buys no Labubus? It's like the same with the debt. It's like a weird kind of disconnect, right? Where like all of this government debt is what makes everything go.
Yeah.
Like without it, nothing would fucking work.
Yeah.
Like if the US tomorrow, which it can, the
Yeah.
US could tomorrow decide we're going to zero debt. Here is the US dollars that I printed for you. Here's your US dollars.
Yeah.
You have no debt anymore. The whole fucking system collapses. Maybe you should sort of like say what exactly is happening with the Starbucks bear. I mean, I know you
Okay,
want
okay,
to.
okay. No, I think
It's just the new thing. Or is
yeah,
there like
I think
the-
the Starbucks bear is just the newest trend.
Okay,
It's not
all right.
it's nothing particularly special about this trend, I feel like.
It's just one in a line. There's nothing that like is no evolution of it. It's just a new iteration of the same trend.
Yeah, and it's the same kind of people are fighting over it.
It's perhaps uglier than the past trends, but
No, all of the trends have been a little bit ugly. So I was actually reading a little bit about how Japan's lost decade is kind of creating this culture of limited edition, small purchases.
oh yeah, why?
Because basically more affluent consumers became a bit more risk averse during the lost decade. They stopped spending so extravagantly, and they started to save more and be more focused on getting rid of debt.
Yeah.
And so that's actually part of why Japan, moved to this kind of small luxury, like novelty driven kind of
Interesting.
consumerism.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that a big part of why these novelty items are popular is because making like artificial scarcity is basically a very simple way to make a product feel special.
Mm.
And almost nothing is special anymore, like how production works, right?
Yeah.
Most of what we're buying is just mass produced
Yeah.
pieces of plastic.
They could have made twice as many if they wanted.
Yeah, exactly. They could make a
Yeah.
ton of these Starbucks cups. They could make enough for everybody, but it wouldn't be special. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The problem is they've got to balance having enough for people to be not angry at the company, right? But also not too many that it's just another product that Starbucks sells, right? They want to have hype of you need to rush to get the product, but then on the other side, so many people can't buy it and the reseller problem. Another thing is we always talk about like the negative side of this kind of trends and so on.
Yeah.
I think it's also important to think about why it's happening and why there's positive to it, because otherwise if there was no positive side, people wouldn't be buying this stuff, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think it is?
It's Soma.
What?
It's Soma, like in Brave New World. It's numbing the pain.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought you were being like FOMO but SOMO, and I was trying to be like trying to make sense of it in my head.
No, like people are hurting and they just want any sort of it's this or fentanyl. I think.
Okay. A bit extreme.
No. I think that's what it is.
I mean, definitely, it gives people a little bit of excitement.
Yeah.
in life. And also there's kind of a weird sense of community that everyone is buying. Not everyone, obviously. I think there's a sense of community and that a bunch of people are buying this hyped up product.
Yeah, it's like it's like a pastiche of community or whatever,
Yeah.
It's like,
And I think in Japan, sometimes they do have to push their creative limits sometimes to make something to get people into stores, right? So you do see a lot of strange and interesting gimmicky things which have some creativity to them.
yeah, that's a good thing. Do you think it's really pushing the creativity?
Sometimes. So for instance, with the collaborations, right?
Yeah.
I think sometimes you're going to get two brands that collaborate and you get the designers coming together and they make something interesting.
Do you usually just get like the one mascot stamped on whatever
Yes,
they
that's
have?
usually what you get. That's the problem. I
Like,
think there's potential for creativity, but very often it's a cash grab in the end. I don't know. That's most of my thoughts on it. Do you like the bear?
no, I don't like the bear. Lord, bear me strength.
So actually, I have another topic. Vivienne Westwood and Nana collabed, and people are really
What's Nana?
the anime and manga.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, and so famously, it featured a lot of Vivienne Westwood's jewelry and things in the manga. A lot of people are really disappointed with the items. People find these products are not up to the usual standard of Vivienne Westwood. So here's some of the necklaces.
Oh, that is ugly. That does look very cheap.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh, it all looks like terrible plastic.
Yeah, that's true. It does look
This looks
much
like
cheaper than their normal products.
this looks like it could be in Sanrio.
I think this artwork on this is nice.
No, I also don't like it. North America. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah, it does feel like a bit of a cheap cash grab. I also think the launch probably itself was a problem.
In what way?
I think they were very disorganized with how they rolled it out. It was very last minute that they announced when it was going up for sale. And I think probably, resellers and the like got the items.
It's interesting, right? Because I feel like people they don't really like crap that much. They like good stuff ultimately.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this earlier, right? Like with the Disney adults, right?
Yeah.
They were talking about like, how experiences are kind of like shitty now. Like, going to the Hello Kitty store for the things and, you're being trampled or whatever, right? People don't like that. And I'm thinking like, these Disney adults, right? Like what they like about Disney is that it feels like a good experience to them. They feel like, this is more like elevated, nicer, like they feel like they're being treated well or whatever. And I was just thinking about that, like compared to how even like luxury, I feel like if you go into a luxury store, which I mean I wouldn't do, but sometimes I'm accompanying certain people, I feel like you get treated like shit. I'm not like shit, but like it's a bad vibe. I don't like it. Oh, my documentary's on. But like the vibe's off.
Yeah.
It's like,
I mean, I feel like even in the last few years it's changed because now the products they make it harder to buy things. They're always sold out. They expect you to just come back to the store all the time. That a lot of these brands, they just release garbage because someone will buy it. But the problem is that this is not going to last forever. At some point, you're just completely destroyed your reputation and what made the brand popular in the first place.
But again, I'm just saying, like, they don't even have to share any of the glory and or money with these people, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure there's designers who would work for nothing. Literally nothing, and give them their best ideas because of the image they have. I'm not advocating this. I'm saying this is bad. I'm just not wondering why they're not doing it.
Yeah.
Like they should pay them a living wage. Actually, they should give up the company and give it to the new designer.
Your little ghost avatar is so cute, looking just so, what's the word? Unimpressed.
I'm not impressed. I think I adjusted it a bit weird, so I can't even smile with it. This is the maximum smile I can do.
Man, you're really forcing the smile too.
The zero position was too smiley, perhaps. Wise man, say, only fools.
Oh, this is very interesting. Everything is sold out already.
Guess it didn't matter.
Yeah. Looks like cosplay for an obscene price.
But I mean,
That's the thing. It's kind of funny because a lot of the comments are talking about how low quality the items are, and the other half are talking about how they need to restock because things sold out too fast. Oh man.
it's the same. It's right, like the famous the food here is terrible. Yeah, in such small portions.
Yeah. Yeah, who knows how much they actually produced?
Who knows how much they actually produced? Who knows how many people are actually like angry about it? Maybe this is just actually what the Nana fans wanted, most of them. I don't
I
know.
don't
I haven't
know.
seen it. It looks terrible to me, but you know.
Yeah. Okay, so that is it for today. Thank you for joining me.
You're welcome. Subscribe.
Goodbye.
Bye.